Hello and welcome to today's podcast, Generational Run of the podcast. And today it's myself and Emily. How you feeling?
Great.
Are you?
Yes.
Now we haven't really done many videos with you and I. So how you feel? How you feeling going into this? Of course, it's gonna be like a normal thing now.
Great.
So Jonathan's not here this week. He will be back next week. Speaking of next week content, we have really cool things. Of course, that is when our return to doing content every day begins. So looking forward to that. You got some big things you're gonna be working on, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about your upcoming projects?
Riveting.
Yeah,
Mm.
you get to make solo content videos you and I together. It's gonna be exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let's talk about football first of all. All right, football's typically a main subject. Now Jonathan likes to get in the football discussions. He likes to talk about the Patriots and how he wants to suck off Drake May or whatever he says. But we're not about the Patriots because we don't care. So we get to miss that conversation. How do you feel? How you feel about missing that?
Didn't they lose anyways? Or
Bro,
did
they lose.
win?
They lose every week.
No, I know.
Yeah, they lost. They lost, but bro was confident that with Drake May, the Patriots are now the best team in the division or whatever.
Bro probably would be like, yeah, I knew they weren't gonna win.
No, that's what he said last week. But I mean, realistically, I don't think the Patriots are the best team in the division. I think they're the fourth best team. But we'll get to the division there first. So let's talk about what game took place first of our favorite teams. That's the Giants. How'd that go? Sunday Night Football against who did they play?
Bengals.
Bengals. All right. So they lost to the lesbian Joe Burrow. What did you think about the game?
Terrible.
Anything you noticed from the you're like, wow, this sucked just the whole game?
The fact that we lost 10 or 7-17.
Yeah. That late touchdown was trash.
Terrible.
That was quite trash.
Terrible.
So we'll go to the other game that was also at the same stadium in prime time the next night. Jets against the Bills. And of course, this is like a big week for the Jets. I mean, they're going against the Bills. It's a division rival. And also just, new coaching, new head coach, changing the offensive coordinator, or at least play calling or whatever. I don't know if it's like an official role change, but it was an interesting game. Of course, you guys saw the first half of it.
Yeah.
I was working.
Yeah.
So what'd you take on the first half of the game?
That your goat
Yeah, Aaron.
threw 2 Hail Marys.
Bro's him. Bro was him. That Hail
And then they
Mary.
got cooked anyways.
That Hail Mary at the end of the first half was absolutely insane. Aaron Rodgers doing Aaron Rodgers things. Of course, you've seen him do a lot of Hail Marys when he was on the Packers, so it's not surprising. Losing by 3 to the Bills is unfortunate. Bad late interception. Chase Keenum, the receiver, just not knowing how to play. So there's that. But I mean, I think it's obviously a positive the way the team looked. They didn't look terrible like some of the other weeks. You've seen a lot of the games. They looked better than they looked in previous games, right? I think it's one of those things that they obviously have things to work on. Getting Devontae Adams in the trade that we seen on Tuesday, that was big. Adding him in, getting someone else Aaron Rodgers going to have a connection with that's like a receiver you can trust and not just some guy. With having Lazard there already, Gary Wilson, like you got some good receivers now. I think you're going to see even more improvement. And we'll see what happens with Pittsburgh. Obviously, it's a Sunday night game, some of the prime time game. That will be big. Antonio Brown's going to be there, getting people registered to vote. Donald Trump's going to be there.
Riveting.
The whole squad's there. So shout out to them for showing up. Yeah, so there's that. Pittsburgh's beatable, so we'll see. Giants, who they playing?
The Eagles.
Oof. 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 And just for the sake of the podcast, do you know who the Patriots are playing? Just obviously, since Jonathan's gonna be here next week, just to not mention it at all.
To play the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, that's the one that's at 9 a.m. I mean, theoretically, it should be a close game since they're both completely terrible teams. So hopefully Jaguars win because we have our Epic CW squad lunch that day, right after the Patriots game. So I don't really want to hear about the Patriots and Drake May during that. That'll also be a subject of next week's podcast. We're going to probably discuss that lunch. Of course, Wen is moving, so we're having a whole team squad lunch. We'll get a group picture of the four of us that are part of the brand all together. So that'll be good. So, while we're here, show off the hat, show off the merch. Yeah. Where can you get this?
MXCW.net.
This is, of course, the Curtis for President 2036 hat. Greatness awaits. That's our slogan. I'm looking to be president. Sometime, right? That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
Me as president. You could be first lady. You could go around and be like doing first lady things, like talking about vegetables and shit.
I'm not talking about vegetables.
That's gonna be tough, actually, first lady, because you gotta you don't have to do anything realistically. Cause you just want to chill. You can just chill in the White House instead.
Great. Very nice.
Bring your posters, babe.
Very nice.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
We got tired of sleeping.
Speaking of presidential runs, it's time to get political. Are you ready?
No.
I was ready to have a discussion with Jonathan, but so we could hear your opinion on it. So that's great. If you guys didn't know, she's not a fan of political discussions, does not care, is not interested, and has zero interest in any of the candidates running, really. She's going to vote for Bodie or something, right?
Yeah, but vote for Bodie.
Don't tell Jax
Roll
that.
Tide.
Don't tell Jax that.
Are you running? Are you running for president? I take that as a no. He's not running.
So I want to see this bum had some policies drop. Here we go. So this is a good one. This is the Kamala Harris opportunity agenda for black men. We're going to dive into that today.
Great.
First of all, I think it's interesting when you go into a campaign and you're trying to, you're doing these things to earn voters, realistically. Because I think that Kamala's definitely losing the black male vote.
Well,
They're kind of being like, nah, Trump got that dog in him.
tough shit.
Again, I think it's one of those things that it's difficult to sell your political goals and your party's goals when you've been in power for 12 of the last 16 years, right? The Democrats have had the presidency since 2009, besides the 4 years that Trump was president. So it's kind of hard to say, here's what we're going to do and here's how we're going to make things better when you've had 12 of the last 16 years and when you've realistically done a shit job the last almost 4 years now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say we're going to fix things.
Terrible.
And also trying to blame the previous person who hasn't been there for almost 4 years. Doesn't really work.
Yeah.
So either way, you have the policies. Now, again, I think that making policies purely based on racial things doesn't really work because it doesn't look great and it kind of just hurts your chances of getting other voters by saying we're going to make this about race, which again a lot of people like to do, especially on the left. So the first thing is 1 million loans that are fully forgivable, up to $20,000 for Black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Now the for others part, is that just saying we're going to put Black entrepreneurs where really anybody can get it? Is that why that's there? Or is it just purely you have to be Black to get it, which doesn't really make sense. Again, Wen posted he would get it and invest in the ABCW brand. So maybe we'll get $20,000 from Wen investing that in the brand. But that's again another one of those things that kind of goes back to what we talked about in earlier podcast episodes with Jonathan of where are you going to get the money from? Because if you're trying to fix the economy, it's kind of like the thing where they're trying to give a bunch of money to first-time home buyers. I think it's like $25,000. That's one of Kamala's plans. Is where do you get that money from? Because it doesn't really help in the end. You know what I mean? You understand?
Wouldn't you just end up paying it all back in taxes anyways?
Exactly. You get it. She gets it. Exactly. If you say so, like this thing where they're going to give 20,000, a million loans of $20,000 that are forgivable. So essentially, it's here's $20,000. You do 20,000 a million times. That's a lot of money. You're just going to get taxed on that higher. All of it has to come back in some way. Not money's not as magical like here.
That does not grow out of trees.
Exactly.
Is what everybody and their mother says.
You have support, education, training, mentorship programs to lead to good paying jobs for Black men, including pathways to become teachers. That's just kind of normal. Go to school and get an education. It doesn't really say how you're going to help. The next one is protect cryptocurrency investments so Black men who make them know their money is safe. The fuck does that mean? First of all, how does investing work? It's a risk, right? If you put money into a stock, you put money into crypto, which as somebody who has invested in crypto and has had at least an interest in it in some way.
Did you get scammed from crypto?
I did not. My brother is like hardcore into it, so like I don't just do it without him like kind of saying it's good or not, right? There'll be ones that he'll know and be like, hey, maybe you should invest in this. Something like that. But I'm not just going to go out here and be like, I want to buy this.
You wanted to invest in Bingus.
What?
You wanted to invest in Bingus.
Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things that like I looked at it and I also know what to look for. And I would probably bring it up to him before I was just like, let me get Bingus.
Yeah.
Because he has that knowledge of it and he knows like what to look for in the projects. But again, the Bingus one's been going for a while. Either way. First of all, why are you making investments about race? This is very weird to me. And secondly, how are you going to protect investments in cryptocurrency? The fuck does that mean? Is it just like if you are Black and you put money into crypto, then you're good, right? Like it ain't a problem. You ain't gonna lose money. Is that what we're talking about here? Because like don't really know how that works realistically. Next one, we have launch a national health initiative focused on illnesses that disproportionately affect Black men. that is one that, I mean, we should just be focusing on health initiatives that affect everybody in general. So, I mean, I guess that's cool. And then the last one is legalize recreational marijuana and create opportunities for Black Americans to succeed
On drugs.
in this new industry.
On drugs.
Now, if you're looking at, are we creating more jobs by having recreational marijuana? And are we looking at things that realistically are going to keep people out of jail? Like
No.
legalizing recreational marijuana, which, I mean, should be legalized because it's just not harmful, right? If you know what you're doing, like anything, I mean, weed isn't any more, wild than if you're going to have a drink, right? It's kind of like, okay, just be smart about it, right? If you're going to have a drink, don't go out and drive. If you're going to smoke weed,
Don't go out and drive.
don't go out and drive, even though if you are, you're probably going to be going 2 miles an hour compared to somebody who's drinking alcohol is going to drive 500. But still, okay, I've had some weed. Now I'm going to stay at home and chill. It's the same type of thing. So, it should be legalized. It's funny coming from Kamala Harris, who has jailed people over marijuana in California. But
Tough shit.
I don't really understand how this is a racial issue either. It should just be legalized and it creates a new job opportunity. Honestly, it takes away a job from Kamala Harris because then she can't jail Black people in California over smoking weed. But
Tough.
that's that. Do you have anything to say about these subjects?
No.
You got nothing to add
No.
besides that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah. Do not care.
He didn't seem interested. That was a segment that if Jonathan was here would have took an hour, and you would have also just chilled.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna chase the cats around like I normally
But
do.
instead, you had to sit here and not give input.
Yeah, because I do not care.
Um,
I really do not.
do you think that some of it's wild?
Yes.
All right. Next segment, we're introducing a brand new segment. This is Emily's Fact of the Week.
Oh, my fact of the week.
Brand new segment starting right here, right now. Tell everybody what your Fact of the Week is.
That you can fit raccoons up your butt.
That wasn't what you said it was. There's a number of raccoons.
2.
Okay.
You can fit 2 whole adult raccoons up your ass because your butthole stretches up to 7 inches. And so the raccoons, being the weird little creatures they are, like Bingus, they can crawl their way inside with their little grubby mitts and be like, nice place to live, butthole.
I like how this is what gets you going to the podcast. You're actually excited now. The whole time you're just sitting here and you're like, you know what? Facts about raccoons.
Going up your butt. So if they were miniature sized, you could probably fit 4 of them. Because then they're just like, oh, need home. That's how you rehome them. Do you think that's how people rehome them? If they need to be rehomed. Like that one video where one flew out of a tree and needed to be rehomed. Do you think they put them in your butt? Yep. They go in your butt. Have you checked? Make sure to check your butt once in a while. Might be something in there you don't know about.
I think I'd be aware if a raccoon was there, to be fair. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. Ew.
All right. So, next up is normally our racing segment. We haven't done a lot of GTA racing recently, so there's still not that. That should be back next week. There is new content again coming, like we kind of previewed at the beginning. New merch, though. New merch. Why don't you tell us some of the new merch coming?
No, thanks.
Let's
see.
Tell us what shirt you just worked on.
If it don't work, stick it in her mouth. If it don't work.
Okay.
digging in.
What else do we have on here? What's the next one?
More God, less sex.
Mm-hmm. What's next?
Big naturals for president.
And then the next one.
Make daily sex great again.
There you go. All new shirts you can find soon. If you guys also want to go on there, you can also get the Captain Bingus shirt that's available now. Which apparently I have a dog named Bingus.
Yeah, we do.
You can get her shirt. So there's that. And then we're also working on something else on the website. Do you want to tell everybody?
No.
No?
I got it.
This is your thing.
It's okay.
You've literally been working on it.
That's okay.
What's it called at least?
Heart and soul.
Is that it? Just heart and soul?
Jewelry and the accessories.
Right. So we're going to have jewelry and accessories made by Emily. I don't have to make the jewelry. I just get to promote it, right?
No, you have to help.
Fuck. No, so we're going to be making some of that. That'll be available on epicw.net soon. I got to get the whole Shopify integration of the website. But that is something we're going to be working on.
And we have to make them.
So it's going to be a little bit, but that will be something we're working on. You did buy some of the stuff to make the jewelry with, at least.
I did.
So, and you've kind of worked on the Shopify portion of it.
Yep.
So we're working on it. It's going to be coming soon.
Getting there.
But yeah, that's what we're working on. Of course, more new content coming. Again, we're going to be going back to daily videos. So everybody can look forward to daily videos. Again, we're going to be doing multiple different things in our daily videos for you guys, including...
but not limited to.
Oh, this is the wrong note. This is the old schedule still. We're going to have random video with us playing a game video together. We're going to have each of us doing a solo series and a solo video, and also a non-gaming video. Podcast will shift to going out on Saturdays, and we're going to have either the race playlist or versus challenge in the week. We're not going to do both. Maybe eventually, but for now, just one or the other. All right. How do you feel about getting to talk for a few minutes?
Great.
All right. Tell us about space. You want to talk about space today?
I didn't really want to.
What's your space discussion? You got any interesting space knowledge for us?
Besides the fact there are stars in the sky. There are stars in the sky. Actually, okay, hypothetically, it's just constellations, but
What do you want to tell us about constellations?
that if you go outside between... Oh, that's terrible. Between 12 and 2:30, you can see the Orion constellation. Bless you. Roll Tide. You can see the Orion constellation. Oh, this was at 3. But yeah, between like now and like 3:30.
Is bro only like visible then?
Well, I mean from here, yes. Because the trees can only see so much.
Okay.
And it all depends on the time. Let's see what constellations. So there's the bull one.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called. It's
The bull one.
no. There's
Taurus.
no. It's not.
What's your favorite constellation?
have one.
I like Pikachu.
That's not a constellation. It's a Pokemon.
You know Pokemon. I'm so proud of you. She doesn't know Pokemon, guys. It's been a whole thing. I like Pegasus because
That was cool.
of Beyblade.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Beyblade?
The Hello Kitty one.
The Hello Kitty one. All right, goated. You got more space news for us.
I think the lion's pretty cool.
All right, so your space segment, you're good?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Next up, let's do Song of the Week. Now, Jonathan normally goes first, but you get to go first this week.
Oh.
You know what your Song of the Week is. You said you had it ready.
Yes, but I need to know who it's by.
What's the song?
That ain't my truck.
Oh. Yeah.
That ain't my drug by Rhett Atkins.
Mm-hmm. I forgot that was one you were picking this week, to be fair. The one I'm picking is I Left Something Turned On at Home by Trace Adkins.
The who?
I Left Something Turned On at Home.
Oh.
If you know, you know. What?
Nothing.
I'm just saying, it's one of those songs that, like, if you listen to it as a child, you're like, I don't understand. Then when you're older, you're like, I understand. It's one of those songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those types of things. So, there's that. Finally, that was our last segment. How excited are you, babe?
Great.
This is our cereal tier list. All right, top 5 cereals.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
5 up to 1.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Number 5, Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies do be goating a little bit of that pop, and they're a little bit more basic of a cereal. People are like, oh, we're gonna have wild ass flavors. Rice Krispie though has that goated flavor to it. I'm a big fan of Rice Krispies. That's gonna be my number 5. What about you, babe?
My number 5 would probably be Reese's Puffs.
That's a good one. That's a good one. How you feel about them? What you guys say?
They're okay. They have the idea. They just need to make it more Reese.
You don't feel like you had enough peanut butter flavor in it?
No.
Okay, I got you. Number 4, we're going with Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles be goated because it just feels like you just got like piles of them on your spoon. When you're eating it, you get like the whole bowl. You can fill that shit up. It just feels like you're getting more in my mind, even though you're getting the same amount. Maybe I'm just weird. Am I built different?
Yeah, probably just a little.
All right. What you got?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms goated. What do you guys say about Lucky Charms?
I like the marshmallows.
Okay.
Or
Marshmallow.
whatever they are.
They're marshmallows.
Okay.
Yeah. Little marshmallows in there.
Yes, I like them.
It's basically what the Minecraft cereal we had was the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it's called, Creeper.
Had more flavor.
Creeper or something. The Minecraft one?
Yeah.
Because the little bits that are just the regular cereal
Yeah.
was like cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, if you get the box of the Creepers on it, goated. And actually follow up with that Lucky Charms is my number 3. So, what's your number 3?
Rice Krispies.
All right, Rice Krispies coming in here on the list as well. What do you got to add to the Rice Krispies discussion that I threw in there?
They're banger. They're all-time banger. If you put sugar on them before you put the milk on, banger.
So there you go, Rice Krispies making an appearance on the list. Number 2, I'm going Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes, certified, goated. You get the frosting, you get the flakes. You already seen it anyways, but Frosted Flakes, goated. I mean, it's the all-time healthiest cereal you can have. What you got next?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
All right, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, goated. Cinnamon and the toast and the crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my number one. I'm in. There's hair.
That's disgusting.
There's a hair. All right. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that was goated. What else you gotta have for Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
That is cinnamony. It's great. I like to eat it right when it's before it gets super soggy. It's great.
I agree. So that, of course, is my number one. So what's your number one?
Cookie Crisp.
The fuck?
Cookie Crisp.
The fuck?
What?
I thought we were gonna have like a generational run. You'd be like, Frosted Flakes, my number one. We're gonna have like a good group. And you're like, Cookie Crunch, dog. Bro, that's cookies and milk, dog.
Okay.
See God.
No. Well, Cookie Crisp was gonna be my second when but cause I was gonna do Frosted Flakes first, but then I realized I picked too many flavors.
Okay, so technically then Frosted Flakes should have been your 2.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch 3.
Yeah.
Rice Krispie 4.
Yeah.
Who'd you have for your 4 initially?
I think Lucky Charms.
So Lucky Charms would be your 5, and then whatever you started with. What did you start with? Cheerios? Yeah, Cheerios are
I didn't start with Cheerios, but I don't remember what I started with.
I don't remember, to be fair. The good news is we're quite similar. It turns out. Who would have thought? We never hear that all the time, do we? Nobody ever says we're so alike at all. I never hear it. Do you ever hear it?
Yeah. No.
No, we never get that. But our cereal list is basically the same. We got 4 of the 5 top ones. Then when I had was Fruity Pebbles, and you had Cookie Munch. So
Okay, babe. All right.
what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I don't know.
What's so funny? What's so funny? Oh man, shorter episode. But that's okay. Emma doesn't talk about politics, and I think you're also still getting used to being on videos. Is that true? So once you get used to being on camera more, we'll have more discussion, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in the next one. You watch too much of your British baking.
Oh my god. I wave like that at everybody. Usually.
You think you're British?
No.
You're like one of the the royal family people?
I do this to Andrew at work
All right.
when Andrew walks by. Because he does it to me.
Awesome.